Voting
That's
Rights
right.
Act is completely under attack. I mean, we know that the vestiges of the Voting Rights Act is just what remains. Section 2, which is the section that deals with a number of components of being able to test whether or not a jurisdiction has implemented discriminatory actions that cause the right to vote to be damaged, forfeited, or stressed. Exists. But when we look at the other sections, Section 5 is enumerated under Section 4, which was totally wiped out, which dealt with pre-clearance, whether or not because of a past history of discrimination, that area, that geographic area, needed to be pre-cleared in order to change anything in its voting structure by the Justice Department. Now, we know in 2025, the Justice Department ain't what it used to be. But the reality is that without those protections and those hard-fought protections, the Voting Rights Act of 1965 is not what it was at one time. And that's why in New York State, it's important for us to understand the John R. Lewis Voting Rights Act is probably one of the most prolific and important pieces of legislation that's ever come down in the country for an individual state. We recently tried a case with regard to Nassau County to change the legislative lines under that Voting Rights Act. And I'll just tell you, it was like just a step back in time to know that we had the ability to prove a case and show statistically that the impact on communities was real. And that we really have to struggle with that under the federal law now. So the state law is something that we've learned to depend on for that purpose.